Be aware of this. Avoid using any public Wi-Fi. Whenever you connect to any public Wi-Fi, be very careful on doing any transaction on your own mobile app. Be very careful on accessing any confidential information because you may be exposed. You need to understand that there is difference between personal or business organization cybersecurity attack. The personal or individual cybersecurity attack, they always focus on identity. This identity that I'm talking about, which is what? Your information, your login information, for example, email address, phone number, they are, identity, or your name. They are what? Identity. There is what? Financial loss. Financial loss is due to what? You may have internet banking on your phone, and if they attack it, they can be able to what? Make transfer. And what? There is what? Cyberbullying. This cyberbullying is a kind of cybersecurity tool that all happen to what? Individual person. Organization related cybersecurity is a kind of cybersecurity that the cyber attackers will be focusing on what? The organization financial information. They can focus on what? Damaging the image of the company, maybe with legal. Take for example, if they hack, for example, company website, they can what? Spread some information that is not valid. Or if they hack the company emails, they can be able to send email to the bank or to your customers to ask them something related to financial. So these are two key difference between personal and organization or business related cyber security information. Let's deep dive on why you need to protect yourself and the type of cyber security and how you can be able to protect yourself. One of the most common type of cyber security attack that usually used to happen, we call it phishing. This is how it works. There are so many ways as regard to phishing. For example, someone will just call you on phone and ask you, is XXX, he work with so bank, your account have issues, they want to know last 8 digits of your own ATM card so that they can be able to help you this and that. That is phishing. Someone will try to reach you online, try to start chatting you, whether on WhatsApp or whether on Facebook and Instagram. The person will try as much as possible to create one good relationship with you. Then later on, the person will start asking some confidential information, related to you. So you have to be very careful who you relate with online. As a guy, you may see one beautiful girl that will start chatting you. You don't know her. You have to be very careful. As a girl, you will have to be very careful. One handsome guy will start chatting you, but you don't know that he's actually a cyber attacker. So you have to be very careful with that. Phishing too can be someone hack your friend phone. They may use that your friend phone, since you know him, to ask you for financial help or to ask you related to a confidential information to share with them. Phishing too can be you are browsing on your own browser. Sometimes you may see so many pop-up on your own browser or some unnecessary ads that is being running on your own browser. You have to be very careful on clicking any link on your own browser, because this link you can click on it and it may what? Hack the entire browser and take some of your own personal information that you have on that browser. These are all type of phishing attack. which are one of the most common things that usually used to happen for individual as well as organization. Sometimes they may also send you an email, and inside that email it contain something attachment, and that attachment that they sent you as an email contain something inside like a malware or ransomware that once you click on it, it may what hack your own entire mobile phone or device or laptop or desktop. So phishing is one of the most common cyber attack that usually used to happen to individual or organization. So you have to be very aware to be very protected for cyber attack. One of the type of cyber attack is what? Malware. Malware is like a form of software where you will receive a pop-up on your system, you will click on it, and you will install it on your system, and you don't know immediately that software installed on your system, they will what? Hack your system, and sometime it will turn to what we call ransomware. Immediately they attack your system, they will what? Ask you, they will get your credential and ask you, you must pay some certain kind of fee before they can release your information back to you. This kind of thing happen to individual and organization. They will just hold you in ransom for your own personal data or what company related financial information. Another kind of malware that you need to know is the kind of malware attack that can send to your own system as a software. Once you download it, you will find out that your system will be very, very slow because of they have hacked your own system and they are running their own software, their malware software on your own system, whether it's a laptop or whether it's a mobile device. You will notice that the system will be very, very, very slow. And sometimes if it's a mobile device, it will be very slow and it will be very hot in your own hand. How to prevent this kind of thing is what? To make sure that you have a very strong password on your own phone, to make sure that don't click any unnecessary link, or if there is any pop-up on your own system when you want to download something, you have to be very careful. And for those that always want to go and download free movies or free music online, especially on torrent in quote, you need to know that majority of time you get caught when you need something very free, because sometimes you may want to go and download free movies, free music. All these websites that you see that you are downloading free movies or free music, they are sending malware into your own phone or into your system. You may think that it's a free thing that you are downloading, but you don't know that you are downloading some content that contains something that will affect your own system, and that can maybe like end up what? Harming your own phone or your own system, and which will cause you if you are not careful. So be very cyber aware. You need to get this cybersecurity knowledge as regard to it's not every website that you will visit when you see pop-up you will click, and it's not every website that you will go and download free things. You have to know this is very, very important for you to protect yourself for any cyber attack. Another type of attack, we call it man in the middle. This is simply when they attack your own phone or your own device, they will what? Pick your own information and go and sell it elsewhere. And when they sell it elsewhere, you find out that the person they sell it to, they will call you and start to tell you that we have your information, and if you are not very careful, we'll expose you. You have to pay some ransom money before, if not, they will expose you. Sometimes it happens to ladies or politicians or influential people in the world. They will pick some of their personal information and they will be threatening them that they will post it online if they didn't pay them some money and so on. So these are the kind of mad in the middle cyber attack, and it happened a lot for different people. Sometimes you may be thinking that someone is monitoring your phone or someone is recording something on your phone. Is all called man in the middle cyber attack. One of the fastest way to prevent yourself sometime in cyber attack is for you to leverage using VPN for any of your own sensitive browsing or transaction, because VPN means virtual private network, which what that give you access to a private network that is only you that have access to that network. So whenever you are doing any of your transaction, you are very protected. Another thing that you need to make sure that you notice when you are browsing, you need to make sure that the website that you access has HTTPS, which if it has HTTPS, then that means it has what we call socket security layer, SSL certificate. Be aware of this. Avoid using any public Wi-Fi free. Whenever you see this is a free Wi-Fi I used to use, whenever you connect to any public Wi-Fi, be very careful on doing any transaction on your own mobile app. Be very careful on accessing any confidential information because you may be exposed. And avoid using any hotel Wi-Fi to make any transaction. In fact, I will advise you whenever you are in any hotel, if you have your own local hotspot internet, if you know that it's not secure, use VPN, because majority of hotels have Yahoo boys sitting in that hotel and have hackers that they can hack your own device very easily. So you need to be very careful and be cyber aware. One of the best way to protect yourself for cyber attack, whether on your own phone or on laptop or on any smart device that you use, is first thing is use a very strong password. Very strong password. Avoid using your own phone number or your own date of birth or your own children name or your own name to create password. Make sure that you use a very strong password, and be very careful, if possible, every quarter or every 6 months, change your own password, whether your own phone password or any application password that you use, whether it's banking app, your own personal app, maybe like social media app. Change password regularly with a strong password. Another thing that you need to do is make sure that you use multi-factor authentication. In fact, if you can use multi-factor authentication or even 3-time password authentication or even 4-time password authentication, use it. For example, you can download what we call Microsoft Authenticator or Google Authenticator for you. Whenever you want to log into your Facebook, OTP will be sent to your own phone, or you will generate an OTP code on the authenticator that you download, or OTP code will be sent to your email before you log into your mobile app like Facebook, any social media app, or any of your own transactional or personal app. Use that multi-factor authentication is very, very important. The reason why, don't just use OTP, because today someone will steal your phone, and if they have that phone, they can send a OTP code within the phone to what? Hack any information that you have. So that's the reason why you should download authenticator or use email kind of multi-factor authentication or third-factor of authentication if possible. It's very, very important. Another tips that you need to use to protect yourself from cyber attack is for any single personal information that you save on your phone. And majority of this personal information that you save, you usually used to use your what? Notepad on your phone, whether it's not on Samsung or on any Android device, whether it's maybe or any iOS device, which is maybe like iPhone or laptop. Whenever you use note, there is a smart note now that every note will you you need to use password to authenticate it before you can be able to open the note, because you save your own personal information like credential, email addresses, password, or your own private kind of document on your own phone and not. Make sure that you use password for before you can access them. Whether the password that you use is what, a face recognition kind of password, or a password that you use to send OTP. So any note that you have on your phone now, make sure that you password it for your own protection, for cybersecurity. I hope you enjoy this week episode related to cybersecurity, and I'm sure you learn one or two things that can help you to become cyber savvy. See you in the next episode for the Tech Factor podcast. You can still follow us on all social media platforms, and on this episode you can see the link below. We are on Spotify, where you can listen to all our previous episodes. Stay tuned and remain blessed. This is Aliu Garba, the Tech Factor. Thank you.